on the corner. I'm posted on the corner.
Sorry, you know I'm supposed to have food in here, but I'm gonna do something today. I ain't never tried
He
these.
said he's gonna skip over that part in the meeting today. He said I'm skipping over that part of the meeting today.
You should because they're
Woo!
coming today.
That heat, right?
All right. You got the salmon egg roll?
Hey, hold on. The last 3 days, I've been coming creeping going to Big Dave. Like, let me try this.
Hey,
Let me
man,
try
listen,
this.
the egg rolls is that
Now,
heat.
I tell you what, I went to Big Dave grand opening weekend when he ran the street from the radio station. Hold on. That thing, bam. Let me put that down and go ahead and get to the interview. So, for y'all out there in the TV world, they're watching the interview and wondering why I got good crumbs on my face. In the words of John Lewis, I'm getting in good trouble today. Because, ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneur, president, CEO of Big Dave's Cheesesteaks, Derrick Hayes in the studio!
What's up, man? Appreciate y'all for having me.
What's up, my dog?
You already?
We got you in the building. You posted on the corner.
Let's go. Let's do it.
You done brought some good eats with you.
You feeling the egg rolls?
Oh, man, I really want to eat right now, but it's rude to eat in front of people. I mean, you can understand. How did you come up with this egg roll, man? What's going on?
Hey, man, listen. So in Philly, we got cheesesteaks, we got salmon cheesesteaks, we got chicken cheesesteaks. I wanted to create something that was going to be on the go. So, you know, when we go to like Chinese stores and all that, egg rolls is something like a little fast food. So, you know, I went and dipped into their culture and made it urban for us.
For real.
Yep.
My ninja. I like that one. And it's a healthy portion, too.
Oh, yeah. Like, if you eat 2 of them, you're going to feel like you had a sandwich. So, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't got time to get no egg rolls, no cheesesteaks, come get the egg rolls.
Man, well, congratulations on all your success coming from Philly, man. When did you know you had that gift to be in that kitchen, man, whipping up these cheesesteaks and stuff?
Honestly, I ain't know I had the gift. I was in the kitchen, you know, I wouldn't say forced, but growing up, I was in the kitchen with my grandfather.
Okay.
So, if I ain't go to church on Sundays, I had to, you know, finish out the meal. So, every time he would come home, he'd be like, boy, you did it wrong. And I'd be like, damn, I never can please this man. But over the years, I realized that cooking started being my passion because I knew how to make seasonings. And making seasonings is a part of love. You know, when people love seasonings, you can touch their tongue, you can touch their soul. So when I learned how to do that, cooking became my thing.
For sure. I was looking at your menu, and I see you got a cheesesteak up there called the Dave's Way.
Yeah.
And coming from Philly, Philly is known for not only having beards on their meals, but having the Philly cheesesteak. What made you bite into your first Philly cheesesteak and be like, I'm going to do this the Dave's Way?
So I'm going to give you some history on the Dave's Way. First, when I came to Atlanta, when I first started this thing, I ate a cheesesteak, and I was like, nah, this ain't the real deal. These people out here, you know, imposters. No shade to anybody, but I couldn't allow that. So I had to come here with the real Philly flavor. So the Dave's Way was made in honor of my father.
Real.
They got onions, mushrooms, 3 cheeses, it's a load of sandwiches. Like, you know, it's for people, you know, that really like to really get messy, ooey gooey, you know, that like vegetables. But then I started realizing people like it that don't like vegetables. And then it was like my father's name lived on. So that became one of my most popular sandwiches. So it was a good thing that I did. And I'm happy I did it because right now, Big Dave's is nationally known.
Yes.
So is the Dave's Way.
Yes, one of the fastest growing businesses in the A-Town. And you have a location here right around the street from the radio station downtown and one in Dunwoody. To step back and look at where you came from and where it's at now, how does that make you feel personally?
Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. So since I was a little kid, I always knew that I had something in me special. I always dream. I'm a big dreamer. So, you know the power of the tongue, when you believe in something, it comes true. So all I kept doing with my life is keep dreaming and dreaming and dreaming. No matter if I felt like I was in a standstill, a spinning wheel, I always had my vision of dreaming. So even at this point right now, I'm talking to y'all right now on the radio, I knew I was going to get here. And I'm saying this in the most humblest way because I had to trick myself into getting here. Because you're only going to go as long as how much you want to get there. So now when I go see how big Big Dave's is now, I go say, I'm changing lives, you know. I'm building up communities. You know, now my employees, they have benefits.
Yes.
All this stuff means much more than just my dream because now it's building their dreams.
Real.
So everybody wins. So now that's the big part of it for me.
Salute, man. That's Black excellence at its finest, too. And you putting on for 2 states, Philadelphia, and you putting on for Cuz.
Yeah. You know, I tell people, Philly raised me, Atlanta made me a man. I made my biggest obstacles, my biggest hurdles was made in Atlanta because I came here with a bunch of money and I blew it partying. And I tell anybody, you know, learn what you're doing before you blow the bag.
Mm-hmm.
When you want success, take your time to get there because you need to develop. You know what I'm saying? You need to mold yourself. So when you get there, you don't drop the ball because that's the worst thing. But when you fall, you know how to get back up. So if you was winning your whole life and you never fell, when you lose the bag, you ain't gonna know how to get it. So I know the recipe. So felon is the recipe for me.
That's real. Big Dave's Cheesesteak, CEO and President Derrick Hayes is posted on the corner with yours truly incognito. Now, I was listening to you talking about you being in the kitchen, and you say you got to cook with that secret ingredient, LOVE, right? But for me, I know it's a soundtrack. What's some of that soundtrack music you like to listen to when you're in the kitchen, man?
Man, well, you know, of course, my hometown, I'm always going to represent Meek. I'm going to represent Uzi. So them two people from my city, I like to bump. You know, I know them personally. So that's what I like to listen to, you know. And it's that nonstop grind type music that I grew up off of.
For sure. How has your journey in the restaurant business and entrepreneurship been for you thus far?
Oh, man, it's been a real nonstop journey because honestly, you know, you think, you know, you learned everything. You start realizing that you don't. You learn this stuff every single day. It's like a roller coaster ride. You know, one week, you know, you got it all figured out. Next week, you might lose some employees or you need some different corporate people because they might not see, you know, your vision now.
Truly.
I tell people success is least. So if your team ain't on the same page you on each and every day, you know, you're gonna start going downhill. It's like it's like a slope. So y'all gotta stay a course. Everybody every day gotta be on attack mode. So that's what I learned as an entrepreneur. So building your team is one of the most important things.
Truly, truly. When it comes to like creating these dishes, man, they're so good. How do you know that this is it? Because I know it's a trial and error process when you're tasting it. Then when you get that one taste, when you go, that's it. What is that? Explain that.
So for me, when I like something, I'm gonna say when I love something, when I really love something, because I'm a picky eater. Anybody know me know I'm a picky eater.
Okay.
So when I love something, I feel like other people gonna love it. That's my gift.
Okay.
But when I make seasonings, I could taste how the seasoning is gonna taste on the food before it's done.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you know, if I know something that needs a little bit of sugar in it or needs a little bit of lemon pepper or, you know, just whatever I'm playing with, I know what it needs to be able to, you know, make that taste pop. So I think that's what my gift is. So when people eat it, just like when we just ate that salmon egg roll, I already knew if I made that thing taste like some seasoning, you know, that came up north like an Old Bay type, you know, flavor.
Yeah.
You know, the South would love it because they're not used to it.
That right?
You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving the Philly flavor and bringing it to the South and putting a little bit of Baltimore and putting a little bit of New York and whatever, you know, city you from. You know, I'm just giving you all that type of love coming out of Philly.
That's real. And that's the secret why we're so big in the A, because we ain't shopping on the same season now.
No,
we ain't eating the same hot
not.
sauces and stuff. You brought us some drip. What's in this sauce that went with this salmon egg roll, bro?
Hey, man, you know, I can't let that out the bag, but everything in Big Dave's is made through me. I made the whole menu. And pull up on Dinky's too, Bar Vegan, you know, y'all in town.
Mm-hmm.
That's another spot that's dominating. Shout out to Slutty Vegan always.
Mm-hmm.
She dominating. So I feel like everything right now with these communities right now that we're bringing up right now is coming through the food and we funneling it with the message. The message is the most important thing right now.
For sure. I seen that I stopped by Bar Vegan and got me a Dinky's cheesesteak. I was excited that you guys collabed on that and brought that to the city. Now you're exuberating black excellence. You're putting on the strong way, not the wrong way. But out of everybody who tastes your food, celeb wise, what's somebody that, you know, kind of got you when you're like, oh man, that's such and such ain't mine?
Hey, to be honest, so I got a Billboard interview sent to me. I think it was like maybe 8 months ago, to maybe 8-9 months ago, and it was Offset saying it was his favorite land of food, and that was big for me, you know, because I'm like, damn, you know, it's really like growing. You know, we didn't fed from Lou Williams to Eve to Lena Waithe to Rick Ross, DJ Drama, you know. I'm pretty sure I'm leaving out, you know, Meek, Uzi. Uzi actually the reason why that salmon egg roll exists because I used to, you know, we in the studio and, you know, he don't eat meat. Mm-hmm. So he like, damn, make something for me. You know, and shout out to my dog Todd because he made a lot of them relationships I got in the music industry. But a lot of the stuff that I got going on came through the culture and me just being me. Mm-hmm. I never asked nobody for nothing. I just wanted to build the communities up and I did it on my way, on my terms. I took my time. Because I learned that when I blew that bag, I had to realize patience. I'm going to get it again, but it's going to take some time to get there. You know what I'm saying? So I had to realize that. And when I realized that, I started mastering everything because nobody can make me feel less than a man because I know who I am as a person. Mm-hmm. And when you know who you is as a person, nothing can defeat you. It's all in the mind. You know what I'm saying? So once you know how to control your mind, you know where you're going. You know you're going to get to the top. So if I say right now in 5 years I'm going to be a billionaire, I'm going to be a billionaire. You see what I'm saying? I believe that. I know that in my heart.
Truly.
And when I'm doing that, I'm going to build up a lot of these communities with it and change a lot of lives with it. That's what I'm doing.
That's real. Now, before I talk about you changing lives and philanthropy and being in the community, I knew when I bit into that salmon egg roll, my shoulder was starting to move, and now I know why. Cause Uzi Vert had something to do with it, bro.
You know, he make you do a little shoulder pop a little bit.
Yeah, no, I'm like, this thing look good, bro. But let's get back to it. Philanthropy and community service, man. I know it's dear to your heart. So what keeps you doing that and changing lives?
So for one, I had a real bad, I wouldn't say bad, I had a real challenging decade. I lost a lot of my family to cancer, man. You know, a lot of people that raised me, they started just going in front of my face, from my father to my uncle, you know, to my grandfather, to my aunt, you know. And these are all the people that was a part of my life. So I knew if I didn't step up to try to break these generational curses, you know, that Hayes last name may not have been there. So, and not saying that none of my other family members wouldn't do it, but like I just said, I feel like that's my duty to change that as a man. When I got the opportunities and the ball in my hands, I can't drop it. And the dignity in myself wanted to do that for my father. Because a lot of stuff that I went through as a kid, I wanted to be better for my kids. I don't want my kids to have to worry about nothing but having the opportunity. Because if you create the opportunity, what more can you want? You know what I'm saying? We grew up in these lower income communities with no opportunity, no resources. I'm going to provide that for our communities the best way I know how, the best way I can. Everybody in this world with some money, that's cool, but what impact coming from it?
That's right.
Like, what are you doing? You just got money.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing to impact nothing off of it, though. I'm going to impact the communities. Wait till I get there.
Truly, brother. I like that. I see that you have the David and Derrick Hayes Foundation in honor of the last name. Let's talk about your foundation.
Hey, man, so my foundation, we give out scholarships around Christmas time, you know, every year. We feed the communities. I've been doing give backs since 2014. We're really just trying to show people that, you know, with this foundation, whatever help you need, family orientated, we're going to be there for you. Because, like I said, I lost my father in front of my face, and I know my dad would want to help other people out and other communities out. So we use the foundation just to be there for people in need who really need it. Like last year, it was a young girl. She had good grades. You know, her and her mother had a little rough time coming through the pandemic. And we was able to get them $2,500 scholarship. Stuff like that make me realize what I'm meant for and what I came here for. And I know God bring every man and woman in this world to do something. Truly. And everything ain't about, you know, money. Spreading a message to somebody. You might help somebody day out. You might see somebody with their head down one day and say, hey, look, bro, sick. Pick your head up. Everything going to be all right. Truly. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm on right now.
Truly. I admire how you honor your last name and hold it high, man. That's something that we got to do more in our community, and recognizing that our name is
your last name is everything, because guess what? Especially when you're a king, you got to be able to keep that castle going. So if you ain't respected, your whole fort behind you is basically useless, because you didn't give them a good foundation to chase.
Yes, sir. I'm scrolling through headlines all over the net on my timeline. I see that you have a life insurance campaign that you teamed up with Miss Pinkie Cole and her foundation. What's the life insurance campaign?
First, I want to shout out Pinkie for this, because this initiative have been a real challenge. You know, we're trying to put life insurance on 25,000 black men by year 23. And you got two people who really busy running all over the place, growing their careers, but we see a change that's needed in these communities. And that's leaving family members, you know, stuck, you know, if somebody, you know, pass away. And then we're trying to teach the financial literacy in it, letting people know that if you got life insurance and you want to give your brother or your cousin your life insurance, you can share that policy. And now they are able to make money off the policy, you know, down the line when they grow equity on the policy. So we are just trying to save lives. We got PTSD programs. We going to add more programs to it. And we just trying to, you know, attack. And any other big companies, anybody else in Atlanta that's listening to this, or anybody else around the world that's listening to this, go to donate to pinkiegivesback.com if you want to help us out on this initiative. It's for black men, $30,000 less than income that want to help out. Donate. I promise you're going to change lives with this, because we're going hard with this, and we're going to make it happen regardless. But we all are strong as one.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We all going to separate. We're better as one, and that's what we're trying to do.
That's Pinkie Gives Back.
PinkieGivesBack.com.
Okay, PinkieGivesBack.com, PinkieGivesBack.com. Big Dave's Cheesesteaks, CEO and President Derrick Hayes in the studio tonight. What's some tips and keys that you would give to an aspiring entrepreneur and restaurant owner? Because when you turn on the TV, guess what they say we are? Athletes and singers and rappers, and, you know, they kind of box us in.
So I walk around right now every day as a black man. I got about 40-something tattoos on my body. I don't look like the average CEO. I sit at the table with billionaires now. Okay. That's the lessons that, you know, and the blessings I had to come with this, right? But I learned one thing, self-motivation. When you got self-motivation and determination where you want to get to, nothing is stopping you. So if you're an entrepreneur out there right now and you feel like you stuck, self-belief, do your research. Learn what you're doing first. Don't just try to chase the bag and get the money, because you ain't going to get it that way. All you're going to keep doing is losing the bag. Because right now, if you had $100,000, $200,000 sitting in the bank, you don't know how to control it. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to pay your sales and use tax. You got to go get your attorney. There's all these things you got to do before you learn how to operate an LLC and get you an entity that actually makes money and works. So learn your craft and do what you got to do, and you're going to get there. But stay self-motivated, turn them no's into yeses, and don't let nobody tell you can't do it. And that's what I would tell any entrepreneur and any person, just life lessons, you know, each and every day.
Truly. Let's have a little fun, man. When it comes to, you know, you in your spare time, are you watching a TV show or a movie?
I had to laugh at that because my life right now, I'm watching podcasts. I'm watching How to Be a Billionaire. No, seriously, like, I don't have time to just sit around and, you know, just waste time and, you know, and watch a lot of TV shows. But what I do is I try to learn from other people around me, and I learn from just doing my research and what I want to learn. Like right now, I'm jumping into this real estate, you know, lane, and I'm learning the game, you know, on that. And I'm just learning how to be a better entrepreneur each and every day. So me watching shows and taking my mindset off of that ain't going to get me where I need to be right now. So that's what I spend my time on. And I will say this, I don't have a boring life. I have a life that know what he wants. You know what I'm saying? The dream, what you chasing. Because I'm going to get to all of that, you know, later. You know, I blew a lot of, like I said, you talking to somebody that blew a lot of money. So I had a lot of fun before this. Now I'm on work mode. It's time to make shit right.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Understood. So
Yeah.
I know you catching flights from coast to coast, right? If you're on a flight, bro, you wearing slides or tennis shoes?
I'm wearing slides. I try to wear, you know, my Yeezys, you know, because they comfortable. I try to wear them. But if not that, I try to keep some, you know, some sort of track sneaks on. So, because, you know, they make you take your sneaks off and all of that. So I try to make it the flight comfortable.
Yeah. I heard you say you have over 40 tattoos. What was your first tattoo?
My first tattoo was when I was 16. I snuck and got it. There's a tiger on my arm.
Yeah.
So I played basketball, and that was like one of my biggest dreams. So I used to follow Iverson. I just wanted to be AI. So my AI got more tattoos. I got more tattoos.
Truly.
So I wound up with all these tattoos and then make it to the NBA. But, you know, one day I was going to church with my aunt when she was you know, fighting this cancer thing. And a pastor told me, he said, "You're going to be a pastor." I'm like, "Nah, I'm going to the NBA. I ain't going to be no pastor."
Yeah.
And now, each and every day, I'm spreading a message to people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not about being on the pulpit. It's about you spreading a message and helping people. Every day, I'm out here saving lives, whether one person listening, my message was passed and it worked because somebody woke up from my words. So he was right. So right now, me as an entrepreneur, restaurant owner, philanthropist, whatever you want to label me, I'm a messenger.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? I'm out here laying messages and giving game to people so I can help you out with your life and save you from the mistakes that I've made. And if you ain't listening, cool. But if you listen, I promise you're going to get there, because if you're paying attention to me, I'm elevating. For sure. So what I'm doing is working.
For sure. You remember that pastor name?
Nah, I wish I did. Hope he listening to this. He was in North Carolina, so if you remember, you know what I'm saying, dial in.
Yeah, shout out to our North Carolina listeners. Got us tuned in right now. Now, you said you was an AI fan. Did you buy his rap album?
Hey, man, listen, I ain't going to lie. I supported AI, anything he did, man.
Yeah.
Because, for one, he had my city on fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know too many people had the city on fire like AI did. And he had a swag. He brought his swag to the NBA.
Truly.
And at the time, you know, that was all I seen was the NBA. Again, I'm a dreamer. So that took me here. So now it's giving me a talking point to tell you I got all these tattoos on my body off of something I went through trying to do something else I was dreaming on. I'm able to take that old dream and turn it into my new dream that's helping me get to the same top I'm going to. Yes, so it don't matter how you get there.
Yes, sir. There it is. Big Dave, CEO and President. Derrick Hayes in the studio. Came to kick it with us, man. Congratulations on your Pepsi partnership, too.
Hey, thanks, bro.
Hey, that's big.
Yeah, man. You know, and that was like, honestly, that came left. Me and Pinkie Cole on Slutty Vegan. We sitting at a business retreat, and this guy is literally talking, and he's like, he's the president of Pepsi. Shout out to Derrick Lewis. He's a solid guy. He's a real one, man. And I couldn't just not say nothing to him. I'm like, you know, I don't bite my tongue in no room I go in. So I'm like in school, I raised my hand like, hey, yo, bro, we the biggest restaurants right now in Atlanta. Why we ain't got no Pepsi deal?
For sure.
Next week, man, this man put his money where his mouth is. You know, me and Pinkie already was doing little things with Pepsi, but now we're a part of a $100 million fund. We are now a part of the Digging campaign. We are now part of the She Got Now campaign. We are now partners with Pepsi and a lot of other things that's coming. So that's a blessing of it all, you know. So me growing up from Philly drinking Pepsi and able to say that I have partnerships now with Pepsi.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Continue to evolve and elevate, dog. Whenever you want to stop by the station, man, the doors are posted on the corner, are always
Thanks,
open.
bro.
You're now officially posted on the corner alumni. And I don't mean to cut you short, but I don't want my salmon egg rolls
Hey,
getting
man, you know,
cold.
bust them down, you know, and put other people on them.
There it is. Big Dave, CEO in the building tonight, posted on the corner.
Posted on the corner. I'm posted on the corner.